Bluegrass music, The Happy Prisoner. Welcome back. Robert Earl Keen, it's been a long time since you were on eTown, and I don't know what the heck was wrong with us, but I'm so glad you're back.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Glad to be back.
The Bluegrass Sessions, The Happy Prisoner, is that about the sort of fundamental conundrum of bluegrass music where the songs are so happy, but there's always death and sorrow?
God, how can I answer the question you just answered for me?
Well, let me ask you about that last...
That's exactly it. I was thinking, you want me to tell you how this came about, this title?
Well, I want to ask you about that song you just did, So Footprints in the Snow.
Uh-huh.
Such a cheerful song, right?
Yeah, happy.
But how does it end?
Oh, well, she dies. But but she went to heaven, so there's like kind of, there's just the black and white push and pull thing going on in bluegrass.
But did he stalk her, following her footprints in the snow, and then...
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not. That's a good question, but you know what? I wouldn't really want to put that on him at all. I thought that he was a good guy. Me thinking that's me speaking, and that she was really good, and she just probably died of old age. Actually,
he asked her. He asked her mother.
Yeah,
he asked her mother,
right, who was really old.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's just it's the mystery of bluegrass music. Many of the songs just leave you wondering, which is great.
Yeah, I love them, and the way that I got into it was just sort of the nature of the narrative of the songs. That there's such great stories and so heartfelt.
Well, when you're a kid and you're growing up in Houston, Texas, how do you even bump into bluegrass music?
Man, I don't know. I first really liked Jimmy Rogers, and I listened to Jimmy Rogers just nonstop. I think that was some kind of connection with maybe my mother loved country and even loved some old country music, and I liked Jimmy Rogers, and I thought I loved this sound, just this guitar and this voice, and then it moved into bluegrass, and then probably what sealed the deal was the first date I ever went on. I took a girl to a bluegrass festival.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
It was hot. It was hot and sweaty. And
it turned out it turned out a lot better than the girl in Footprints in the Snow. Yeah. I promise that. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think it's true. The connection, obviously, between Jimmy Rogers and Bill Monroe is a big one. Jimmy Rogers was a major part of what sort of helped sort of create the sound of bluegrass music, as did Arnold Schultz, and blues music was in there too, which of course, being from Texas, that's part of the narrative down there too.
Absolutely, Mance Lipscomb. I was a huge fan of Mance Lipscomb and Lightning. Oddly, I'm from Houston, and I came to Mance Lipscomb first, and then I went to Lightning Hopkins, and like both of them. I just love the whole idea of being able to sit up real close to music, people playing music, and just hearing it right there. It's so great.
And am I right that it was most people? It's like their big sister, their big brother, kind of brings them into the music scene of their hometown. But in your case, it was your little sister.
Well, my little sister was the foosball champion in Houston, Texas, and she's clever. She got her own, fake ID when she was like 12 or something, and I would have to drive her to downtown Houston, where they had, a pool table and about 10 foosball courts, and then they always had in the corner of these little places. These were like old houses in downtown Houston, and that turned into clubs. And in the corner, there was always some guy or girl or some duo playing some, really cool guitar and vocal kind of music. A lot of times stuff of the day, Harry Chapin or maybe those kind of duo things, and Dan Fogelberg, that kind of thing. And but I was just fascinated with that, and then I'd be hearing them hollering in the background of the foosball tables, and then she'd come out, the queen. Whenever she was like 14, Queen foosball champion.
Wow!
Fantastic.
Just imagine the confidence that would give a teenage girl. I mean, that's powerful.
She was tough.
Yeah. Wow. So was it in college that you started writing songs, or had you already gotten a little bit of a head start before then?
In college is when I started writing songs. Well, I wrote ever since I can remember, just always writing things. And the first song I ever wrote was about Larry's Mexican food restaurant in Rosenberg, Texas, and that was when I was 8 years old. And he patted me on the head, and I think I got like an extra tamale or something, I don't know. But I felt like that was a reward, so I kept moving with it. And then when I got to college, that's when I started playing music. And I wrote songs.
So you knew early on that there was money in it.
Yeah. Or at least tamales.
There's a reward, yeah. You weren't going to starve as a songwriter.
Yeah, if you want to be the big enchilada, you got to get a lot of tamales. Yeah.
And then you wind up at the Kerrville Folk Festival, which must have been a big deal for you. I mean, that must have been a real watershed discovery to find that place.
Oddly enough, Nick, I live in Kerrville, Texas now.
I know you do now.
When I found the Kerrville Folk Festival, I just, packed up my little 63 Dodge Dart and with everything and went out there with a pillow and a guitar and slept on the ground and slept in the back of my car and did everything I could just to be out there as much as I possibly could. I used to give people a lot of rides out there from Austin. I gave Peter Run and Junior Brown a ride out there. If you want to talk about a weird conversation, whoa! All right, welcome aliens from Jupiter.
Well, it was an amazing festival, and songwriting, of course, was a big part of it. And, of course, you share the Kerrville, Texas with the father of country music. Jimmy Rogers lived there, too.
His very last home. Yeah. And I think this band and myself are the only people that ever drove straight from his last home to his birthplace in Meridian, Mississippi. Oh, wow. In one shot. We were playing at Jimmy Rogers Festival there. And
that's cool.
It was pretty cool.
Well, listen, we've got a lot more music to get to, but so the bluegrass sessions, you've discovered along the way that one of the great advantages of making a bluegrass record is that you get to play a bunch of bluegrass festivals, right?
We've gotten to play Merle Fest and Telluride and some other great things. We're going to be playing the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival in October. Yeah, it's a good one. So we got to do a lot of stuff. Yeah,
we've been seeing each other. We saw it when we played a show together in a cave in Tennessee not too long ago.
The cave, yeah, that was good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. How do you like that? They don't really tell you it's a quarter of a mile all the way down there, right.
And that it's 57 degrees for 7 hours.
Yeah. I mean, if I was like trying to build a root cellar, I'd be pretty happy with it. But, like playing music, it was a little cold. This is an environmental show, right? We're talking about root cellars, right?
Yeah,
I'm throwing that in there, man.
That's right. Climate control by nature.
By nature.
As is your bus while you're here, by the way. You've got solar-powered shore power for your bus, just so you know.
Wow, no kidding.
Speaking of hippie,
wow,
that's pretty hippie for a guy like you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So is there a place to put our recycling?
Yeah.
Because I got a little bucket about this big.
Yeah.
that I can't do anything with.
Is it compost or is that? We'll talk later.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
Yeah. Well, as you know, there's all kinds of natural things are welcome now in Boulder, Colorado. Mm-hmm. And
my recycling's all little plastic bags.
Yeah. that come from the weed store across the street.
I don't know. They come from anywhere.
I want to mention that this. This opportunity to record bluegrass music and play festivals and so on, you had a wide variety of songs to choose among, all kinds of songs, classic, traditional songs. But you still also are, such a well-known writer, and people expect you to play your classics, your songs, some of which have been adopted, I'm sure, by a lot of fraternities and colleges around the country.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Some party anthems.
Yeah, totally party anthems.
And that reputation has been completely cemented lately by virtue of the fact that you now have your own beer.
I have my own beer. Yeah. Robert Earl Keen beer.
Yeah.
Honey Pills. Robert Earl Keen Honey Pills. It's really good.
Honey Pills.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
It seems to sound like a term of endearment in a way.
Yeah, we were going to name it Happy Pills, but I thought, do that cross marketing thing that people do all the time.
That's the next product rollout. Right? That's when you get into pharmaceuticals. That's right. Robert Earl Keen's Happy Pills. It's all coming, I know.
That's good.
Well, and then we got to. But the next song is not is an older song. It's one of yours, right?
Yes, definitely. This is a song. We have a fun time playing this song, but also you remember this folk band out of the Northeast, Cry, Cry, Cry. They did this song, and they did a great job. It was beautiful. So it's always worked for us. Yeah. So we're going to do that.
You know, I just want to say it's fun because we've been crossing paths at a lot of these festivals, and it's great to see you again. It's great to see you with this crack band. I can't resist pointing out that in the thick of this bluegrass presentation, there seems to be two things that are surprising to me. One is you've got a great bluegrass drummer, as you mentioned. And he can make a sound that is unique, which I'd like you to play for us right now, which is that equivalent of the crash cymbal. That's that is new, folks. That is a new sound in music. I just want to point that out. It sounds like the last gasp of a Louisiana washboard player, or I don't know what it is, but that's a new sound. The second thing that is worth noting is that in the sea of talented musicians, there's no banjo player.
Yeah.
Is that just a new? Are you trying to avoid the banjo, or is it just a?
No. I love the banjo,
Okay.
and on the record, Danny Barnes was our banjo player. Yeah, he's a great banjo player. Oddly enough, get this: what is it? What are the odds? All the banjo players that are available in the United States are working this year. What's going on? You know, I mean, I guess the accordion guys are taking a year off, huh?
Yeah. There's a bagpipe banjo thing going on somewhere. I don't know. No. Anyway, no, you're making a great sound with very talented guys on stage. I must point out, these guys are really good. It really sounds great. Yes. Welcome back, if you would, along with this fine band, Mr. Robert Earl Keen.
Howdy, I'm Robert Earl Keen, and you're watching eTown. Subscribe to the YouTube channel right now.